Welcome back to the Down Compass podcast. I'm your host, Dmitry.
And I'm Patrick.
And today, back in the 90s, bullying was like, we didn't have the internet. So we didn't have online and cyberbullying and people talking shit on social media. Usually, if you want to talk shit, you would do it to somebody in their face or like quite literally behind their back. And then you get your shit pushed in. Now, people are fucked up. And I think it's kind of crazy how like bullying has evolved. Like everything in life is now evolving into like crazier shit. But do we think bullying is actually as prevalent as it was back when we're? And honestly, I guess I didn't even really notice bullying when I was a kid. Not much.
Yeah, no, I didn't either. I mean, I don't have a ton of social media, but I will say the one thing that I like to do is go to comments because I like to see people be dickheads.
Yeah.
And sometimes I want to chime in, and sometimes I'm just like, nah, I'm out.
Do you ever feel like chiming in, like you just know that you're gonna start a fucking shitstorm?
Yeah.
I decided to so we've had a few comments on our shorts, so I just heart everybody's comment. I feel like
Make love, not war.
Well, I just feel like it just pisses them off, and I like it. Like somebody sitting in their fucking grandmother's basement, they got fucking lotion and wipes right next to them.
Just waiting for somebody to say something so they can rub one out.
Oh, dude, you know it. You think there's people that actually do that?
Oh yeah.
Like I could picture it disturbing. That's like such a fucked up image.
What's that?
Like I said,
Irving?
I could picture that. It's disturbing.
Oh, I thought you said Irving. I'm like,
no, I miss that guy though.
I do. I miss that guy too.
All right. Well, how about we start off with since we're talking about bullying, you had quite the fun time this week.
I did. All right. So last Sunday we talked about bullying on a small scale. I had actually brought up my son Jackson and his friend group where he got in trouble. Friday night, prior to last week's podcast, there was a sleepover with 3 kids, 3 of Jackson's friends. And then Sunday night, I received a text message that was honestly kind of hard to read as a parent. I'll just give you the cliff notes, but Jack,
that word.
You haven't heard that word?
Not in a long time.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You could put it in your tool belt.
Love it. I'll never talk about shit.
Let me give you the Cliff Notes version.
That's right.
There's a kid in Jackson's school that has had some medical conditions. I don't know exactly what they were. It was very vague. And one of the people that were over at the house on Friday night had sent him a pretty offensive TikTok, kind of making fun of the kid's weight. And then the kid responded with a, like, why would you do that? And the kid that sent it implicated my son, and somebody else said that they did it. So last Sunday, my kids were at their mom's, so I picked up the phone and called Jackson immediately. He answered. And we chatted a little bit, and I read him the message, and, honestly, I got a little choked up because I was trying to explain to him that kids, like in his age range are extremely vulnerable. And you do not want to be responsible. Sorry, Dmitry, what was that?
So how old is Jackson again?
Jackson was almost 14.
Okay.
You do not want to be responsible for somebody taking their life because of you bullying them. And so Jackson, I know I'm biased and I'm going to sound like I don't think my kid can do any wrong, but Jackson is an extremely good kid. I talked about it last week. He's got a good heart. He cares about people. And so, he also, I don't think would lie to me, which the whole thing got vetted out anyways. But I asked him if he knew about this. He said he had no idea, which I do believe in fact was true. And he just said he wasn't involved. He's like, I didn't know that this message even got sent. So the fact that his name was in there was kind of tough. So,
and the message was kind of the message itself was like it was the parents sending it out, right? So it was
a
like a very
parent sent it to another parent, and then that parent sent it to all the parents that were involved in the sleepover.
Yeah, it was them saying pretty much like, hey, this isn't okay. Like why is this kind of going on? Like I know we can't like dive into like this super like the details of it, but like it was just it it had value. Like to have like think about like how much effort it would take you to write a text message if somebody was like bullying your kid. I'm pretty sure like I would probably find out where they lived and not like obviously do anything terrible, but go and confront their parents and have a conversation that way. But it seems like so much stuff is now just kind of like digital, and because they're all friends to an extent, right?
I mean, they go to a smaller school, so naturally there's just a little bit more community.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that like they're like really good friends and hang out all the time, but you know,
Yeah.
the school they
I mean,
go to is what's that?
they're acquaintances.
Yeah. The school they go to is very community driven. So naturally, like this kind of thing is not good, which I can get into here in a second too.
Yeah.
So, I had reached out to my ex-wife and obviously filled her in. She wasn't on the text chain, so I kind of told her what was going on. She called me and she went through Jackson's phone. She has some parental controls on there, so we know what apps he downloads. We know all of that stuff. He doesn't have TikTok. What's up?
What app is that?
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
I don't actually know off the top of my head, but why do you want one?
Yeah, dude, that sounds great.
So Jackson has never downloaded TikTok. He's never downloaded Snapchat. She went through his actual messages and his messages looked current with no deletions. He doesn't even have the kid that got bullied. He doesn't even have his number in there. So we vetted it out, Jackson, and I think we came to the same conclusion that he wasn't involved. He didn't know about it. Fast forward a little bit and we actually get confirmation, but so the parents of all the kids that were over at the sleepover decided that we wanted to get together at back to school night. So the 8 of us and the 4 kids met. The kid that actually sent the message that had thrown Jackson's name out there, did own the situation. It did sound like it wasn't like as bad as we initially thought. Sounds like the relationship between the kid that got bullied and the bullier is more of a tumultuous shit-talking relationship.
Did you talk shit when you were a kid to your friends? Just curious. Like, did you guys just talk shit sometimes?
I don't think so, Dmitry, but maybe a little bit.
Oh, dude, we used to just talk shit, and it was fun. Me and my buddy, he's like my brother. So his brother, Billy and James, we used to like to fuck with James because he would just get so mad. He fucking threw a chair at me in his house one time. Fucking hilarious, dude. It was so funny. But like that's what we did. We just talk shit for fun. It was out of love. This wasn't out.
Last night there was a lot of shit talking.
Did anybody cry?
I don't think so.
Okay. Did anybody get upset?
Probably.
Do you think like Jesus?
Bless you.
Thank you. Do you think that when we were growing up in schools and kind of the interactions that we had, do you think that they built a little bit of character in us, or do you think now like it builds the famous word in these years is trauma? Do you think that talking shit now creates trauma in kids?
I mean, sadly, it probably does, but I also think that you're right about toughening people up. I think it's just a very, like when you have kids, your perspective is different.
Yeah.
Because,
and especially in this situation.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Sorry, you froze up.
Oh, I said especially in this situation.
Correct. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I was like super emotional for a couple of days. It really bothered me. And here's the reason why. If Logan or Davis were going through something like this, I would be less, it's not that I wouldn't care, but like you get to a certain age and you've had some character building moments, and I think you can handle those differently. Jackson's at an extremely vulnerable age. He's also a very sweet kid. And so for me, it made it extremely hard to see him have to go through this because it just wasn't fucking fair. And I know life's not fair, and I like to tell my kids that. But this is one of those situations that I just felt like he was completely fucking wronged, and it killed me.
Yeah.
Because he just doesn't deserve it. He's at an age where, you know, you're getting ready to go through puberty. You already have all of these things that you have to deal with, and that's hard.
Yeah.
Do I think Jackson will be better from this? 100%. He will not ever be in a situation like this again. I guarantee it.
Well, I mean, he might get blamed for shit, but he'll know how to handle it. I don't have the confidence to like, hey, this didn't happen.
Well, we had a tough conversation about his friend group, and they've been friends for a long time. And I'm like, man, you need to choose your friends differently. I'm not saying that you cut people out, but you might want to cut people out. Because if you're getting thrown under the bus like this it's fucking bullshit. It's especially him, because he's such a good kid. He's just a good human.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you he's perfect. Him and his siblings will fight and stuff like that. Sometimes he's the catalyst, but like at the end of the day, he doesn't have this fucking hateful bones in his body that some people have. You know what I'm saying? It's all about compassion and caring. All right, I want to talk about the school situation too.
Okay.
So I got to the school on Monday night for back to school night, and we had heard from Jackson's teacher that Jackson wasn't going to get to go on a trip the next day. And I fucking lost my mind. I was super upset. And Jackson was visibly upset because this is the second trip he potentially was going to miss.
Yeah.
And so two things happened. And one, I did some research and found out what I found out. But the first one is, I said, how the fuck can the school regulate something that never happened in the school or during school? Like, it was back to school night. Like, school hadn't even started, and they're already talking about kicking him off of a trip. So I did do some research. They can actually do that if the safety of a student is in question, which, because of the bullying situation, it usually bullying is what falls under that criteria, if that makes sense.
I mean, I guess yeah. Okay.
So if they think that somebody becomes a target, then they can step in and handle the situation.
Sure.
However, where I was struggling is, why were these words coming out of people's mouths when nobody vetted my son?
Yeah.
I had already done that, and nobody talked to me about it.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm going to say whatever. I mean, naturally, people are going to say whatever's better for their children. That is not how I operate things. I would have been way more harder on Jackson than the school would have ever been on Jackson if Jackson was actually involved.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
He would have known never to fucking do this again. He knows that already anyways, but like, and my ex-wife and I both stand on that ground the same way. Like, if he did do this, this is not how we raised you.
Yeah, you don't bully.
No. I mean, like I said, I got choked up talking to him about it, because it just kind of like, what if it was my kid going through all the whole process? But like, if a kid takes their life and you were fucking involved, you have to live with that shit the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine it.
Yeah. Well,
So, fast forward to the first school day, which was the day of the trip. The school did send us an email prior to the start of school. I'm going to just be honest. I think the teacher was out of line on Monday and should have kept his fucking mouth shut, because it definitely caused some unnecessary drama on my end, because I was super pissed off when the principal sent an email. The way that the email was worded, I appreciated the fact that they said that they were going to vet the process out and make sure that the goal was that everybody went on the trip. It wasn't, but the main goal isn't that everybody goes on the trip. The main goal was that the kid that got bullied was safe. So they interviewed all the kids. Jackson ended up going on the trip, and life was somewhat back to normal. But it was a pretty challenging couple days.
Yeah, it sounds stressful, without a doubt. That's I mean, to your point, I think if you're the reason that someone takes their own life, or your kid's the reason, that's that's a pretty horrible thing, because not only you as a kid are living with that, now that parent has to, like, how do you, I don't even know how you would reprimand that. Like, yeah, that's fucked. That's all I can say. Like, do you think that it's a do you think it's easier for kids to, obviously it's easier for them to get bullied, especially through social medias now. Like I just found out that Snapchat is not Snapchat. Snapchat is like a social media platform now, which is weird.
Because you used to go there to send dick pics to
Yeah,
all your friends.
or strangers. Catch 'em up, you know what I'm saying? No, but all jokes aside, though, it's kind of weird how everything has now become like a place to give everybody a voice, and I think everyone should have a voice, but I do think that some people should kind of be shut the fuck up. I'm just saying, like, if I think that there's some things that happen, and especially when it comes to bullying and those kind of interactions, that I think kids nowadays are so much more open to having that stuff happen because they're not just gonna have to deal with that interaction at school. They're dealing with that interaction at school, not only from that individual, but now all their friends, and then socially online. And it's like it's kind of fucked up.
No,
Like
I agree. I agree.
um so you think like cyberbullying is like this a big thing now? Do you think it's really, really big, or do you think it's like one of the things that we talk about, but in reality, it's not as great anymore? Because I feel like that some of the kids nowadays are a little bit more understanding.
Like, not to let people get to you.
No, 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 no. I think they fucking let people get to them. I
What
think
do you
they're
mean by
more.
understanding?
I think that they know a little bit, like, but they don't talk as much shit to each other or like other people, and like maybe not even in a hurtful way. Um, I feel like maybe kids aren't like how we were in school. I feel like school is just not the same now, especially when it comes to like the bullying aspect.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the situation. Like, I just don't have that much social media.
Yeah,
I think people say stuff on the internet that they wouldn't say in real life. I do believe that. And that's where I kind of struggle with it. Like, you need to be at a computer to say that stuff, and
yeah.
you can't do that shit face to face. And I'm not saying face to face with me, right? Like, I don't, they're not, nobody's talking shit to me. Well, I mean, maybe some people, but I don't care. I don't give a shit.
Somebody was talking shit when you were at grandma. They're like,
What's
"How are
that?
you cursing?" Somebody was talking shit about one of the shorts.
Uh-huh.
You're talking about how great your grandma was. They're like,
Uh-huh.
"How are you talking about how great your grandmother was?" And then saying the F word at the same time.
Uh,
She's rolling over in her grave. I'm like, you guys are fucking stupid.
Somebody said that.
Yeah,
Give me their fucking name.
it was a lady.
Oh,
Can't punch
jeez. Now I feel like a jerk.
I think.
Um, I don't remember what I was even saying. Oh, but like, it's the politics thing too, right? Like, people just blasting politics on there. And I brought up my friend the other day who just does nothing but bashes Trump. I have a feeling, I haven't seen him in a long time. I have a feeling he probably lives that life in real life too. It's not just on social media.
I think I know
But
who
I
you're
feel,
talking about.
you know who I'm talking about?
The someone we used to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're
Yeah.
talking about.
And it's kind of funny because it's surprising to me.
It is surprising because, well, you know what? Maybe it's not that surprising.
It is and it isn't. I'm with you.
Like I think the people that do like go crazy and bashing whoever, whatever side you're on. I'm just saying, I feel like Democrats are a little bit wilder. I think they talk a lot more shit, and they get offended.
You're opening up big old
Uh,
fucking can of worms right now.
Here you go, internet, because I know you guys are gonna want to comment and talk shit. So I think that Democrats complain and bitch and moan. I think Republicans do too, but man, no one as bad as the liberals.
Oh God. Well,
Comment, look
keep
about
in
it.
mind this is a bullying episode, so please do not bully us.
Yeah. Don't be assholes.
We had a couple drinks the other night, and one of my friends in the fantasy league is very Republican, and the other one is very liberal. And I don't want to say the question got or the conversation got heated, but it definitely started talking about politics, and I was sloppy drunk. And so I just kind of got in the middle of both of them, and I'm like, we're not doing this. And I'm like hugging them, and I'm like, I love you guys. And they were totally fine yesterday. They're both obviously reasonable human beings, but yeah, I'm like, beer and politics, no, like we cannot be doing this. It's a recipe for disaster.
You think that's like a venting session though? It's not about the politics. I think it's everyone just venting their own shit, and they're using politics as an excuse.
Well, maybe. And they were both super passionate, and I saw things from both of their perspectives because that's typically what I do.
Yeah.
But
Great way
it
to
was,
do
it is a great way to do things. But it was also like slightly irrelevant. Like, it doesn't matter to either of you fucking idiots. So fucking stop talking about it, you know? But yeah, yesterday they were good. There's always naturally been this like strife between these two individuals, but it's like that. It's the shit talking thing, right? Like you're gonna get your this I heard it like 27 times in the last 2 days, but one of the individuals kept telling the other one he's gonna dot his eye.
He's gonna dot his eye.
Yeah, just give him a black eye.
Oh, that's funny.
He's like, you keep talking shit, I'm gonna dot your eye.
That's fucking hilarious. I never heard that one.
Well, I heard it 27 times in 2 days, so.
Do you think that bullies carry weapons?
Like real bullies? Like school bullies?
Yeah, real bullies. Do you think they carry weapons and shit? And like by weapons, I'm talking about like their gym class. It's fucking dodgeball. I mean, granted, dodgeball's not the same.
Can they even play dodgeball anymore?
No. They can with fucking softballs. So it's like, even if you get it, it's like, oh well. I thought the best part was those big red rubber balls. And you just wail it. It was the best. Like, it didn't matter who got hit. Never mattered. It was always funny.
It was funny.
Especially when like half the people are out. So I have a funny story. Maybe it's not so funny. Some internet's probably not gonna find it that funny, but I think it was kind of entertaining. It was dodgeball. We still had the big rubber ones, and it was everybody was out except me and this chick on the other team. And I looked over at my friends, and they all looked at me, and they're like, "Don't do it. Don't do it." But I aim better when I throw really hard. So, needless to say, I threw it really hard, and it hit her in the face. And all you hear is everyone from the side going, "Oh!" I feel like you don't hear that anymore because it was kind of like a bad thing. It's like, "Oh man," but you see the other side of people like, "Oh, that was great." Like it gives them a story. You don't mean to hit him. You don't mean for it to hurt that bad when you hit him. But I think that was part of dodgeball, and dodgeball was the best because of it. You're muted. There you go. You're still muted. You remuted yourself.
Am I good now?
Now you're great.
Yeah. I didn't think you were allowed to hit people in the head.
You weren't. I think I lost.
So, were you intentionally trying to hit this person in the head, or you were just trying to hit this person?
No, I realize when I throw really fast, like and really hard, it's so much easier for the ball to go where in the general vicinity of where I'm throwing it. I might
That's
have been trying
fair.
to stop my face. Like I was probably an asshole. Like being honest.
All right, we have some comments we want to go through, but let's just recap the whole Jackson thing real quick, and then we'll do unscripted, and then do comments. Does that work?
That works.
Okay. So just recap. Jackson got involved in another bullying situation literally the day I talked about it. Ended up getting passed up to the school. School got involved. Myself and my ex-wife had vetted out the situation, and we thought Jackson was innocent. Then the school did it as well, and then the kid that sent the text message owned it. So, long story short, I think the biggest takeaway for me as a parent was having a conversation with Jackson, telling him that he needs to make better decisions when choosing his friends. And this friend is a friend he's had for 8 years. So this isn't going to be an easy thing for him to do, but there's clearly a pattern of something that's not okay here. And I also think that the kid is not 100% guilty either, because it sounds like the relationship between the bully and the bullier, the bullied, I don't know, but was a little not great anyways. Like, it was a lot of back and forth. That's what I'm getting at. It wasn't just like one person is continuing to bully somebody. It was a lot of back and forth. So there's that. And then we can roll into Fatherhood Unscripted.
All right.
What do you got?
Not much. My kids are still sick.
Jesus, man.
I know. And school starts. Well, school's already started, but they go back to school tomorrow, or are supposed to. So I don't know how. You know, I fucking hate the added stress of like, oh, you miss a certain amount of days, and it creates problems. It's like, well, if you're fucking sick, you're sick. So on the fatherhood side, kind of stressed about that. My daughter is actually worried about bullies in school, and I told her, I said, it's not going to be anything like you're thinking.
Like lunch money bullies from back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I was a pretty big kid, so no one ever stole my fucking lunch money. I also I would have laughed at them. It just, I think her going back into school from being homeschooled is going to be a interesting time. I think it's going to be really, really good, but at the same time, who knows what kind of challenges it's going to bring. I guess my Fatherhood Unscripted is not very like lackluster. I mean, I'd say an embarrassing story of what happened to my daughter this week, but I don't want to scar her
Don't
for
do that.
life. Show this boyfriend or husband, be like, oh my god, you did that? Yeah,
You'll look like the bully now.
I will look like the bully, so I'm not gonna do that. How about you?
So I got two. Obviously, I don't want to even continue to go down this path with Jackson, but I will say his resilience. What?
I do have one.
Okay.
So when my son got back from Colorado, I don't know how this fucking spaced me. When he got back from Colorado the next day, I told him, I said, you need to go to these 3 places and apply for a job. I was like, you need to call them, you need to ask them, He needs to go visit him. And he did. And then yesterday, or day before yesterday, on Friday, I told him, I said, you need to follow up. And he was like, ugh, like, teenagers, they fucking know everything. I was like, you need to go follow up. I was like, you need to go in and have the conversation, say, hey, I applied, or I gave you guys my name. I'm interested. I want to work. He was like, well, I never, it was at a pizza shop. He's like, I never did anything. I never fried anything. I never made anything on a girl. I was like, dude, bullshit. Yeah. You ever put something in the air fryer? You fried something. You ever put something in oil? You fried something. You ever flipped a hamburger? You grilled something. You're good. Have that confidence. Anyway, he got a job. So yesterday was his first day working, and I'm very proud of him for that.
That's awesome.
I don't know how I fucking missed that one.
That's cool. That's cool. Did he like his first day?
He did, yeah.
Right on. So yeah, I have two. I just wanted to tell Jackson that like I was super proud of his resilience. Kind of going through this very uncomfortable situation that happened. And I was just really proud of the way he handled it, the way he handled himself. I didn't talk about this, but on Monday, when I found out that they were talking about him not going on the trip, I told him that he did not have to go to school on Tuesday. I was like, you're not going to sit here and get punished for something you didn't do. So you cannot go to school. And he chose to go to school because he felt that strongly about how he didn't do anything. And I was being kind of petty about it, and he was almost more grown up than me by saying, let's face the music, let's go talk about it, and you'll see that I'm not involved. And my ex-wife and I were extremely supportive with him the whole entire time. He knew we had his back. And I told him, I said, if you want me to go into school with you, I will.
Yeah.
He did not want that because he knew that I was pretty passionate about it, and I wasn't going to just fucking lay down.
Yeah.
But I gave him the option because that's kind of how I parent. I'm not going to go in there and embarrass my kid if he feels confident in how he's going to take care of it. So,
yeah.
And then the other one is for August. We're obviously not at home. We're in Florida right now. Came out here for a fantasy football draft. But Deanna and I turned it into a vacation with August. He hadn't got a chance to come to Florida yet. So, he's been good. It's, with his autism, he definitely gets like sensory overload and can be overstimulated. And we've set it up to try to, do like every other day, kind of going to do something. We have a beautiful pool in the back, and that's what we're doing today, is kind of just having a pool day, just hanging out. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's it's a pretty nice pool. It's be cool if they could stop these fucking bugs from attacking my feet, whatever they are, but
oh dude. Oh.
All right. Let's get into some of the comments that you received about us being pieces of shit people, I think.
I had so we had one. So I talked about pretty much like if you like, it doesn't matter if you have opposing viewpoints, like you can still be a civil human being and disagree respectfully. Like people don't have to be shitty to each other when they disagree. So, you know what? Politics, Democrats, Republicans, whatever you are, whatever your affiliation is, you can still there's still clear values on both sides. And I think people need to see that just because you disagree on one thing, that doesn't mean you should just throw shade and be a dickhead. Like you could be you could be adult about things. Well, I think some of the comments weren't from fucking adults. Some of the comments were like, oh, and I think okay, so the exact thing I was talking was just LGBTQ. Like I don't I don't agree with everything there, dude. I don't. That's just my point. But I think if somebody's being bullied, you still need to do the right thing because you're a good person. And just because you don't agree doesn't mean you look the fucking other way. But people were like, what do you disagree with people being in love? Like everyone just having like what don't you agree with the LGBTQ community? They literally just exist. And like I think people are missing the whole fucking point.
Why does that matter anyways? Why
What?
does it matter where you stand with that group of people? Because I don't think it's even fucking relevant.
To me?
No, not to you. I'm saying, why would somebody ask you like that? It's not their fucking business.
Well, because I brought it up. So people looked at, they're like, oh, here's a fucking entryway. It's like, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like it truly doesn't matter. Like my issue is if when things start affecting my children and then people comment like, oh, well, if it affects your children, then that's on you for being a shitty parent. I'm like, dude, you guys are fucking twisted, man. I think people are just wild. But yeah, most of like, we agree with love. And then they're like, and then somebody made this weird ass comment. Did you curl your eyelashes?
I mean, I already told you, you got beautiful eyelashes.
You don't get to agree with my sexuality, dude. Like people are so fucking crazy. Dude, I didn't say it. You're good. Like you fucking do you, man. You know what I mean? Like I just do it over there.
That's right. That's exactly it.
And then
if you're not messing with me, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And I think that everybody should be able to live their life. And then like the active shooter drills. So, somebody commented, this was crazy. I had to do this in elementary school. I'm 24. Did y'all just discover this, or I don't understand the point here, dude? Are you serious? You're 24, and you guys had that shit in elementary school. I mean, I graduated 2011. We didn't have any of that. You had a fire drill. We had drug dogs come in because people were bringing drugs to school. But there's not one time where they just dropped there's somebody in here with a gun. And that's like what they're doing, like surprise fucking drills.
So to answer this kid's question, I'm calling him a kid because he's old enough to be my kid, but I was a senior when Columbine happened. So, or no, I think I was technically a junior. Yeah, I was a junior when Columbine happened. So that wasn't a thing until that was a thing. And then I don't know as if my kids' school do this, because outside of that, how else would I know? I don't hang out at schools
Just
that aren't the ones my kid goes to. So I was surprised to hear that was a thing. I think it's sad, but I also think it's necessary.
I don't think it's necessary to the degree of like when they just drop this shit on kids, because that's how they do it. They'll let the parents know, and then they'll just do that. And back to that crazy word nowadays, trauma. Like I feel like that's a pretty traumatic experience. Like if my daughter came home and she's like, she was freaked out, and I asked her what happened, she's like, oh, they did an active shooter drill today and they didn't tell anybody. I'm just saying I would be fucking livid as a parent, because I don't think that's appropriate at all. That's like, that is borderline bullying, even if they're doing it for the right reason. To, oh, well, we just want to make sure everybody's prepared. Okay. Well, being prepared doesn't mean you have to fuck up kids and make them think that this is something that's just going to happen.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I don't know. So you're saying that like you wish the school would give you a heads up?
I wish that they would give
the kids a heads up.
Yeah, in elementary school, because they're doing this in elementary school too.
Got it.
And like, okay, so like, can you imagine August? They just dropped this shit.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Like fire drills were one thing. Fire alarm goes off. Well, they say you're gonna have a fire drill at some point this week. They say, hey, we're gonna have an active shooter drill at some point this week. I think a fire versus somebody coming in with a fucking gun is a little bit more traumatic. So I think there should be other ways to handle that.
I don't I don't agree with you, but it doesn't mean I don't respect your.
Right on. Well, how would you handle it?
It doesn't bother me that they're doing it. I think it's sad, but like I said, I think it's necessary.
I agree it's necessary. I just think it's kind of fucked up the way that it happens because, at that young age, you can't really differentiate something that's real or something that's not. So I think it has a greater impact.
Well, and I guess to your point, like, what does that even look like? Do they really have somebody come in, or is it like, hey, there's somebody in the front of the building. We need to get the kids out the back. Is that?
Well, no, it's like hiding in fucking corners or in closets and under desks and shit, like barricading door. Like I guess it's like this whole fucking thing.
Got it.
So
I,
it's not
I do
just
see what you're saying now a little bit. It makes a little bit more sense, but I'm not familiar with it, so I don't really know exactly what you're saying.
yeah. We used to have assemblies about things, and you kind of talk about problems. I don't think assemblies. I mean, I'm not in school, so I don't know if assemblies are a thing anymore. I'm sure somebody in the comments will let me know how retarded I am, and then they'll can't say that fucking word. So have at it.
Have at it. All
Right
right.
on.
What other comments you got?
Uh oh. um so when I talked about uh going coming to the United States and like my bullying experience was unfortunately it was like a group of black girls. But that's just kind of where I was. And they like rolled around and like fucking 10 of them and they just always fuck with me, like put my head into the concrete or the brick wall of the fucking school, and like I don't hate girls, so it was just kind of fucking like deal with it, but it was fucked up. And somebody commented, there, well, I don't know, you can see it literally fucking bar of racism is, and it's like all the way up. And somebody commented, "Nice try" to their, and I thought that was fucking great.
Well, are they talking about you being racist or the black girls being racist?
I don't know. I just assumed they were talking about me, but you
Mm.
know, I will say this on this topic: people don't even know what the word fucking racism means because it's proclaiming dominance over another race. So this whole shit that everybody likes to label everything as X, Y, and Z is fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't, I disagree with you, world.
And I just want to say this, and I don't want to hurt your feelings, but do you think that maybe they were bullying you because they were jealous of your eyelashes?
Um, no, I didn't speak English. I didn't speak English, and I was like I said, the other kids, if you were laughing at me and I'm not laughing, I used to just beat the shit out of you. Like that was my solution. I didn't care what was going on. Um, but ironically, you know, the same girls became friends with them, and then they did comment on my eyelashes, and then they commented, and the first time I ever heard the word badonkadonk was one of them talking about my ass. I'm like, this is wild. I was like, they said I got a badonkadonk. Didn't know what that meant. So
You
I asked them.
definitely do.
I was like, what does that mean? They're like, it's a fat ass. I'm like, Jesus. Thank you. I guess it's a
That's funny.
weird way to say hello.
What do you have? What other comments you have?
That's about it. That's about the
Okay.
only notable one. Like I said, I saw the one about you talk about how great your grandmother was, and then they
But I
said,
used the F word, so I'm a piece of shit.
yeah, they're like, she's rolling over in her grave. How dare you disrespect her?
She fucking loved me and she was an angel. She's not rolling over in her grave.
That's right.
All right. Are you ready for the question?
Oh, I'm ready for the question.
All right. This one's like a no-brainer to me, I think, but we'll see. We'll see. If your search history got leaked once a year, would you rather have it sent to your boss, your parents, or your kids?
Well, you're still technically my boss, so I'd have it sent to you.
I figured. I think it's a no-brainer. Like, I'm not sending my search history to my kids.
I'm no saint.
Yeah. Same.
Listen,
Same girl,
this
same.
this is the world we live in. You're not better than us. You all are fucking dirty bastards.
I'm with you. I'd rather send it to my boss. And it would be uncomfortable. Don't get me wrong, but it would be way more uncomfortable if it was my kids or my mom.
I mean, I guess it depends on who my boss is. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I send it to you and you're like going through like line by line, like, I'd be like, listen, man, shit happens. Shit happens.
I would probably recommend you go to church if I saw it, if I had to guess.
Listen, sometimes I just close my eyes and I click. It's like Russian roulette. You never know what you're gonna get.
That's right. That's right.
Recommend me go to church. Yeah. Your recommendation.
All right.
Right,
well, this is like a month of you coughing.
I know.
It's crazy.
Dude, it's
and you didn't even really get diagnosed. Oh, no, you said you had something, right?
No, they didn't diagnose me. They just guessed.
That sounds about right. Hey, $250, and we're just going to take a little wheel. We're going to spin it, and wherever it falls is probably what you got.
That's right. Luckily, it was only $50. And they were like training somebody. So I'm looking at the doctor. I'm talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, she's the one that's talking to you." I'm like, "No, it's fucking you." Just saying. Like, do you agree with what she just said to me? I don't know. That was fucked up.
All right. Quick recap.
Bullying's bad.
Bullying sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be a bully. Be a better person.
Exactly.
Commenters on TikTok are dumb.
Agreed. Some of you guys are great.
Yeah.
They're just trying to start shit because you have nothing better to do.
They're bullies.
Yeah. Figure out ways to see other viewpoints other than your own.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's kind of a weird episode because we're almost at an hour, and I feel like we didn't talk about anything, but we talked about a lot.
Like, I feel the same way.
Okay. All right. So, and the question was kind of lackluster. Sorry.
That's okay.
I thought it was a good question.
It is a good question.
But there's only one right answer.
There's only one right answer.
Unless you're innocent, then you can probably say, I don't care, send it to everybody. But
I'm just saying, if somebody says, oh, I'm innocent, my browsing history is fucking clean, I would call bullshit. Don't care who you are. I call bullshit. Like, the internet's a fucking terrifying place. I will say this on the bullying: don't be a bully. Be nice. Understand that other people have things going on that you're not privy to. There's a thing that we used to hear all the time when we were kids, or at least when I was a kid. Um, Walk a mile in somebody else's shoes. I think that kind of gets lost, and some people do it depending on who they're around because they want to fit in. Life isn't about fitting in. To a degree, it is, but not at the extent at the expense of somebody else. You don't want to be a jerk to somebody and they take their life, and now you have to deal with it, and their family's hurt. It's not worth it, man. Be a good person, be nice, be understanding, and be sincere with how you communicate to people that don't have everything you do.
Yeah, it's. I think we talked about it. Well, I talked about it a couple weeks ago. The golden rule, right? Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be treated like shit, so why do you treat people like shit? Like, it's literally that simple.
Yeah.
And if you do want to get treated like shit, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Do a podcast and talk about things that you view as wrong or disagree with, because then people will treat you like shit.
All right,
Life is
let's wrap. What?
That is. I said life is good, man. Life is good. Enjoy your life and help other people enjoy their life as well.
Agreed. All right, like, follow, subscribe. We got a lot of likes on our shorts this week on YouTube. You had a banger in there.
Keep it rolling, guys.
Yeah, and compass on.
Compass on, and we'll see you guys next week.